Hey there,
Welcome to the Arnie Project, where him
Arnold.
and me Neetu try, create, and explore all the different things life has to offer, including food, crochet, and just us having a good time. So let's go!
So, for episode 2, we took on Wonderla Bangalore on one of the most hottest and most crowded days.
So we started on May 2nd, actually a long weekend, and turns out so did half of Bangalore. It was a 45-kilometer journey for us from Hennur, and it took us almost an hour and 20 minutes. On the way, we stopped for breakfast at A to B on Old Mysore Road, which is the midpoint for us. After the yummy breakfast, we got back on the road, and we crossed RV College and many other metro stations, including Chalagatta, before we saw the first signboard of Wonderla.
Make sure that you stay on the service road in order to avoid toll, post which you see a lot of small shops selling swimming costumes, but we recommend you to take yours. And then we finally made our way to a school looking building, but then that's the Wonderla resort. And then we went in and headed to the parking. One good thing for all of you is that the parking is free of cost. And we entered Wonderla at about 10:30 am, but still it was crowded. So I would suggest kindly make sure that you reach by 10 am. Though you have the option to book your tickets through the offline medium, but then we surely recommend you to buy it online so that you avail the 20% discount on pre-booking, and you will also find a lot of other different offers that's out there, so do that and save some money. And then we slowly headed to the entrance where we just had to scan our QR code since our tickets were pre-booked. This helped us to avoid the queue altogether, and we also utilized the locker area to keep our belongings.
Grabbed the map, became Dora the Explorer, and we were going through it to see which ride we wanted to go on first. And we realized we really wanted to go on that. This thing, what is it called?
Recoil.
Oh, yes, recall the roller coaster. We get there to see that the queue is so huge. We waited almost 45 minutes to get on it. It was really hot. And then that's when we really thought maybe a fast track ticket might not be a really bad idea. Oh man, but I think this ride was absolutely worth the wait. Fortunately, we got the first seat on that, and I would totally recommend that if you want to come out of the ride with your head all giddy.
So immediately after the roller coaster, we went to the very next ride that was right beside, that's the Tarantula. And I would rate it 7 on 10. Good, but not the best.
Immediately after, we headed towards the new ride in Wonderla that they just recently inaugurated, the Mission Interstellar. And guess what we saw on the way? We saw goose! I was really caught off guard, to be honest. Wasn't expecting to see really cute little goose on the way.
As it took us a while to reach there, we kept on exploring what all was there on the way and also strategizing what should we do next before we finally entered the Mission Interstellar. So the setup was really crazy. Once you're inside, they brief you like you are joining the real space mission.
You're thrown into a giant dome chamber. The seats lift off, lights are flashing, and suddenly you're in deep space. Being the India's biggest LED dome, honestly, it's an immersive experience like never before.
It was almost lunchtime, and then we thought, let's just utilize this time to do as many things as we can. And we started with dungeons, which seems to be scary, but then it was more of like a kid's ride. And then right after that, we headed to the termite land. So the setup is pretty interesting because it's how a termite world would look like. And inside the same setup, we had two different rides. One was a train and one was the roller coaster. So just to warn you guys, these rides are really slow. But then if you are coming with kids, I think it would be fun.
But I really think there are many other rides you can cover. If possible, please try and cover those. Look at the map, see what you want to do, plan properly. And maybe you could do the dry or the land rides towards the end because it's not too crowded after lunchtime because everyone heads to the water rides by then.
But on the brighter side, all these rides are indoor. So it does protect you from the sunlight because technically all those fun thrilling rides are out there right below the sun and you will tire yourself really quick, especially when it's noon time. So after killing some time, we decided to head out.
Oh, this ride here, this is one of my most favorite rides I'd been to that day. There is one very similar ride out there, a longer one, but I really loved this. I just call it the freefall ride. I really couldn't find it on the map, to be honest.
In the map given to us, there were 3 rides that were mentioned under the unmissables. One was the recoil. The second one is the one coming right next, that's the Maverick. This actually pumps your blood right to your head, and then if you see, it just pauses you right in the middle of the air.
All of these rides are really gonna suck the water out of you, so guys, keep a bottle with you and make sure to refill your water bottle at all the refill stations they have provided there.
And guys, this ride honestly happens to be one of the best rides for me in this Wonderla trip, because it just keeps you on the tip of your seat, because it's moving across all directions. You name it and it's spinning you, it's revolving you, it's pushing you here and there, and at some point your entire weight is on the belt. I legit came out of the ride with tears in my eyes and head spinning.
After wiping away the tears in his eyes, we gathered all the energy we had and rushed for lunch. We opted out of the buffet and chose one of these because we did not have the appetite for a buffet, honestly. This is what we had. It wasn't very bad, but we got enough energy for these rides.
And with just 2 hours left in hand, we had to do a lot of water rides. So we just took one of the high thrill water ride, that was this, and then decided to settle down and dodge the queue and then go for a more generic rides, I would say. And then we went to the Lazy River. So Lazy River was one of the most chill rides because you just take a tube and then you flow around the entire park.
There's so much to cover that it's a huge area, and you don't even realize while you're actually relaxing and cooling down. You get to see so many pretty things.
And I was able to take this video because I got a water cover for my phone, which is available in Wonderla. It was definitely worth the investment.
We spotted this little pool, the jungle lagoon over here, with like many rides that resembled all the things we were missing. So we decided to spend some time there. And this is also strategically very close to our wave pool. So we came here and spent some time and enjoyed. The last wave at the wave pool was at
5:40 p.m.
Yeah, and we had our time in mind. We made it there on time and we really enjoyed the wave, even though it was super crowded.
And what we did was we pushed the crowd here and there, and we tried to go as far as possible to experience the maximum intensity of the wave.
Ended up drinking a lot of water. Don't do that, guys.
So the water ride closes at 6 p.m. So what we did was we strategically came out little earlier to avoid the washroom, long queues in the washroom, and then ran directly to the big tower out there which hosts the sky wheel. And because of that we were able to avoid the queue. But then unfortunately they were not filling all the compartments because of some technical issues.
Yeah, I think they were only filling 6 at a time to like evenly spread it out.
So as we headed closer to our turn, we did see the crowd queuing in a lot. So we were happy that we came there very early. And then finally our turn came up, and the rush of wind that hits your face, it's mind-blowing. And you also get to see the entire bird-eye view of the entire Wonderla. And it definitely looks really beautiful as we move towards the evening. And this is how the entire compartment looks like. And I have shared few snippets from what I've clicked from top. This is the entire food court arena. This is the roller coaster that we took in the first, and there you can see the resort.
While we were up there, we could really see the rain clouds setting in, but I think we didn't take it seriously because the whole place was lit up and it was absolutely beautiful, colorful. That's a picture of us. And yeah, it started raining. Honestly, that's when I was actually happy that we did not take the extended night pass, because we almost did. People were still there on the rides, but they eventually stopped. Once it settled down, we rushed to the food court and had some food to like pump us up a little more for the journey back home. The whole place was so beautiful. By this time the rain had actually calmed down a bit. We soaked in all this beauty and we headed back home. Though we did not cover a lot of rides, we still had a lot of fun and we thoroughly enjoyed the whole place, and we definitely see us doing this one more time at least. Thank you so much for sticking around with us, guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.